I am particularly proud of my creation of Kindness Awareness Week. It was essentially a week at the beginning of April, around April 1st to April 9th, from what I remember. And basically, this was an event that I planned on for about 2 years, starting at the beginning of my junior year, all the way up to the conclusion of my senior year. It included the promotion of kindness as not just a principle that we follow, but also through these daily activities that all the student body participated in every single day. It encouraged the idea of kindness being a principle that we apply every single day in our lives. So we had a Disabilities Awareness Day. We had a Kindness Rock Day where we actually painted symbols or representations of messages on rocks and then planted in a garden at the front of the school. I thought the entire experience was really cool, and although it was challenging sometimes with planning an organization, I really enjoyed the entirety of it, so I would definitely do that again for sure. I would definitely say my mother has been the biggest influence over the past few years. For me in particular, I think there are a lot of influences out there, but as somebody who was as foundational as my mother growing up, especially as she attended all my IEP meetings, she was always there for me when I was down, and she was always there for me to just encourage the fundamental principles I have of kindness, with inclusivity, with consideration, and with intelligence. I think my mother has been the most influential part of my life so far, and I'm glad for everything she's done for me. I would definitely say the latter half of my junior year, which is an obvious answer to an obvious question, but I would say in particular, I think the one thing that I missed out at the conclusion of my junior year, has been the creation of a lot more friendships. The senior class of 2020 was awesome in MSMHS, and I missed out on developing a lot more friendships, or at least continuing a lot more friendships. And especially a lot of people that I remembered at the beginning of my freshman year being such a big influence on me throughout my high school career. I missed out on those opportunities a lot. I would also say that my school's field day, although it's quite not the most important event in the entire world, it was definitely one community unification event that I really enjoyed over the past few years that I missed out on. Those are the events that I missed out on the most. I would definitely say finding my own independence, I think, is arguably, and not just arguably, I think definitely my most important positive thing that I've taken away from this experience. I've been quite an independent person my whole life, but it wasn't truly tested until the coronavirus pandemic hit. And especially with being quarantined for those first few weeks and not being able to have virtual educational opportunities in the first place, it was hard for me at first to create my own schedule. Especially with that, it mirrors and even reflects a true college environment in that aspect. So it was like a college environment for me, but in a high school setting and in a high school mindset. So it was difficult for me at first to adjust, but I eventually got there. My happiest memory was being with my Eastham High School varsity boys tennis team this entire year. We were so fortunate about having a tennis season in the first place, and being awarded co-captain of the high school tennis team was something I didn't expect at all. But that moment of being granted a lot of leadership opportunities really excited me. And for the entire season, we did incredibly well. I think we made it to the Class M state championship, which was something I didn't expect at all. And, this team was special from the beginning of the day. And just the beginning of the season, this is definitely a team that I felt a lot closer to compared to other teams in the past. And just being a leader on the team, I think, has given me a lot more opportunity and a lot more leeway for me to become a better person at the end of the day. So I think that that's probably the happiest memory, or at least one of the happiest memories of my high school career, was this tennis season. I will be planning on attending Tufts University this upcoming fall. I will be majoring in political science, minoring in history, and potentially double majoring with political science and international studies. From there, extracurricular activities I plan on attending at Tufts University. I plan on playing club tennis there, and I plan on joining the student senate or the student government there. In the future, my dream job is the White House Chief of Staff. I think it combines my good combination of leadership skills, policy skills, and managerial skills, and I like the combination of the three. And I would have to say that if, for my first job, I would say that I could imagine myself being at a State Department or Congress as an internship. So I think the future is looking pretty good for me, but we'll have to see. So.